Hey up everybody, Benny's back yet again. Right, today it's a nice simple one again, as always from me. I've seen this the other day and I really fancied them. It's a nice, like I say, quick and easy recipe, Irish potato cakes. So I'll show you the ingredients and we'll get cracking with it. Right, so like I said, there's very few ingredients. 3 medium-sized potatoes. I'm using Maris Pipers. Some black pepper, kosher salt or table salt. You would need 250 grams of plain or all-purpose flour. You need 2 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter and 2 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter. And just some fresh chopped chives to finish off at the end. You could pimp it up, you could put other things. I'm just keeping it nice and basic and simple just for the purpose of the video. So let's get cracking with it. Right, so I've just peeled my spuds and all I'm doing is just cutting these into smaller chunks ready to be boiled. I've got my pan on, filled it with cold water, and I'm going to put some salt in a second. I'll show you doing that in a second. I'm going to try and make these roughly the same sort of size. Just helps with the cooking process, I suppose. Yeah, that should do it. There we go. That is my potatoes chopped. Right, so sorry about that, I just knocked the tripod. I've got my pan of water in there. Just going to add a generous amount of salt in there, about a tablespoon, something like that, maybe a bit more. Salted water, and it's in with our potatoes. Try not to splash everywhere like I do. I'm going to bring that to the boil and cook them until they're softened, probably about 15-20 minutes. So while that's doing, I'm just going to quickly chop my chives up. These are just to go on the top at the end, just for a little bit of extra garnish. Like I said, you can put all sorts in them potato scones, potato cakes, whatever they're called, and pimp it up how you like it. You could put onion in there, you could put cheese in there. Like I said, I just wanted to do them as they are, bog standard-ish for the time being. Right, that's that done. On to the next bit. Right, so they now have had their 20 minutes. So I'm going to just drain these and put them back in the pot. We'll mash them. I don't know whether to rice. I'll probably rice them and then let them cool down for 5 minutes or so. Right, so I'm just going to use the masher. They are pretty soft, so just to save me cleaning up the ricer. Well, easy I know, but they are very soft, these. So get them as small as you can. Will do nicely. Done. So, like I said, we're just going to let them sit for 5 minutes to cool down. Right, so our potatoes nicely cooled. Into another bowl, and this we had our 250 grams of flour. Goes into there. We add 2 teaspoons of salt. Come on, out you come. There we go, that's our salt into there. And 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. There we go. And our melted butter is going into there as well. There we go. And that should, once we mix it, come together into a ball. A nice soft pliable ball. Hopefully, we shall soon find out. Right, so work it in. It's coming together slowly. Do you know what it is? I think I'm going to use my hands. I'm going to use my hands, methinks. Bring it together. It's far better to do it that way. We stood there all day trying to mix that all up together. It's a nice, soft mixture is what we're looking for. So try and bring it all together. Feels lovely in your hands, that. Nice and soft. So nice and soft, doughy consistency. Like so. There we go. That's about it. So, on to the next bit. So I've just lightly dusted the surface there. I'm going to come out with our ball. Oh, excuse me. And you want to be pushing this out. Just make sure it's... So it's about 8 inches or so in diameter. Don't ask me what 8 inches is, I've never seen it. I'm going to work it out, flatten it out, like so, till it's a roughish circle. I would say that's not far off where we want it to be. So it's something that sort of size. Well, actually, I'm going to keep them in there because that's... Right, I now need a knife. So you need to be cutting this into 6. I'm just trying to make sure that it's an evenish sort of thickness. You don't want thin bits and thick bits. Sorry, I'm waffling on. So all I'm going to do is cut this in half. Like so. And then like so. So you've got 6 equal-ish slices. You get the drift. Right, so I'm going to have a quick clean up and then we're on to the next bit. Okay, so I've put 1 tablespoon of butter. Just gonna, it's melted a little bit. I've had it melting on a low heat, but I'm just going to turn it up to medium now. So you want about a tablespoon of butter in there. Make sure it's going all the way around the pan. Medium heat. And all we're doing is trying to place these in the pan in like the circle that we had it in. If we can. That's the plan. Like so. Oh, I've made a bit of a mess of that one. Never mind. It's not quite working out. So, like I said, there you go. So you want it on a medium heat. And you just want to leave that for about 5 minutes. And then we'll turn them over. So these have had 5 minutes on this side, so I'm just going to have a quick look, see where we're at. Hopefully they're nice and golden. Yep, that will do nicely. Just starting to, I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. But as you can see, whoa, they smell banging, them. Ha! Hot, 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 hot. They are hot. But as you can see, that's the desired effect. That's what you want, that colour. I don't think it needs any more extra butter in there to finish them off. So there we go. So that's it, another 5 minutes, and then they're just about ready. Well, almost. So that's had its 5 minutes on that side. So the last bit of butter, what you're doing is you're just brushing this on the tops of these lovely potato cakes. Give them that lovely sheen. Look at that. I tell you what, they smell lovely. They smell absolutely delicious. So I'm just making sure we use all of this. Make them nice and unctuous. There we go. So that's just finishing off in the residual. Look how glossy and lovely that looks. Yes, it's plenty of butter, I'm afraid so, but that is what the recipe called for. So, off the heat, the last thing to put on is our little sprinkling of chives. I should have maybe chopped up a little bit more than that, but there we go. So that is my Irish potato cakes. Wow, I tell you what guys, they look and smell absolutely banging. So without further ado, taste testing time. Right, so here we go. Lovely. I'm going to give this a go. Whoa. Excuse me, it's still warm. I've just realised the door's blown open. And I don't know where Missy is. Hope she hasn't gone over the fence. Right, the lovely and fluffy in the middle. Obviously, the buttery. Nicely seasoned. You could serve these with, as a breakfast, some bacon and eggs, stuff like that. That'd be ideal for that. But they are really, really nice. So tasty. And as you saw, so very easy. So I'm going to leave that there now, because back to work this afternoon. So thank you everybody for all your likes, for all your shares, all your subscriptions, all your lovely comments, all your lovely recipe ideas, as I always say. I know I keep saying the same thing, but it is much appreciated. But I'm going to leave that there now. Go give Mand one and see what she thinks to him. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you later. Bye.